Greetings Midgardians, Viking Gamer here, and this is part 17 of my single-player Doomstack versus multiplayer series. Now today we have the last one to cover, which it is Tomb Kings, aka Construct. So what I brought was Cetra the Imperishable on his Sphinx. Then there's, how many of them is there? 4. Oh, damn it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 War Sphinx, 2 Necro Sphinx for anti-large, in case he brought dragons, which he did. And I've got one of the Carrions because I had some money left. Are they hidden? They're not. Anyway, my opponent is playing as High Elves once again. Now this is a different guy though. He brought 3 Sisters of Avalon, all of the regiments of renown. He's got a couple of Swordmasters of Hoeth and 3 Spearmen, again regiments of renown. He has a Fire Mage, 2 Fire Mages actually, okay. 1 Illyrian Reaver, again regiment of renown, and 1 Eagle Bowthrower. Now obviously in this particular case I'm able to kind of go through my lines. These guys are anti-infantry, so I put them into infantry. The Cameron War Sphinx, I'm kind of waiting around with them. I end up bringing them a bit more forward, but basically I'm waiting for the princess on the dragon to come down, so I can then go and target it. There you go. She came down, so I take the War Sphinx and I try and what is it? Necro Sphinx. There you go. Sorry. And I try and target it, but she ends up running away. There you go. It gets in the air, and there's not much I can do, so I just end up going back into the Spearman. And that's when he leaves. There you go. So this is just yet another case of how people will leave if you bring something that's considered cheese or cheesy, or if they end up losing or whatever. I fucking hate those people. But whatever, each their own, it's fine. Anyway, let's go to the next one. Alright, part 2. So I have the same setup. My opponent, different guy, obviously, playing as Wood Elves. Now what he did, again, quite smart, he had everyone on the Vanguard deployment, which means all of his ranged units and his Dryads and whatnot, they were able to swarm me straight from the top, which, to be honest, he couldn't have known what I was going to bring, obviously. Otherwise, him staying in range would have been much better. That way I was able to cut into his ranged units a lot sooner than I normally would have. He's got a lot of Dryads, some Wild Riders, some Deepwood Scouts. And he actually brought a lot of Waywatchers all the way back here. I think they were meant to be, as a... to be shooting at whatever I was gonna leave here in the back, but obviously bringing what I brought, it took him a while to get in range to actually do anything. Now obviously in this particular battle, since I have it requires 150 deaths, I have barely any to give. I have 30 in general, so Tomb King warriors down the battlefield, like I don't even have enough to fill in the first one, let alone actually get the Ushabti, so that was never gonna be a thing. Odds 30 to 1, 30, 32, more like. Now strangely, this Necro Sphinx was already wavering, even though it has all of its health. Again, it's the same issue as before. But obviously from these guys, you can just shoot at me from the distance. Orion is throwing a spear, and then these guys start firing because all of these can move, shoot while moving. So where's Cetra? There he is. There you go. This guy's done. So it doesn't do that great against the Wood Elves. Or it's just like, again, any other monsters units dealing with a lot of range. So anything elvish or dwarfs, I guess. It's just not, or Skaven. Not doing that great. Like most of my units, some of his start breaking. Like at this point, look at that. Like the balance of power is in my favor, but in the end, it's gonna end up just like all the other ones. You know, they're just gonna get they're gonna get separated. They're gonna get grinded down. Also, all of these units, they're gonna come back, and then they're gonna be able to shoot at whatever's left of my forces. Now he targets Cetra. I try and get him into the fray by there you go. I use the spell, the explosion one. I try to get him in between my units to protect him a little bit, but at that point it's too late. Like he keeps shooting at him, but like all of these guys, the hero and two of the Waywatchers, they just absolutely annihilate him. This War's thing got separated from the rest. I think it was chasing what I was originally attacking. Which was very much not ideal. It ends up shattering like one of the spears, but it doesn't really help that much at that point. Now we can just sit back and watch as always. So let me just so you can see that guy as well. Yeah, as with any other elf/ranged opponent, they can just separate them, sit back, and just keep shooting from all angles. So a little bulk of forces that I can do is not really gonna help me that much. I can either separate them, go after each of them individually, which makes them weaker because they're exposed flanks, and leadership goes down, or you can keep them in bulk where you keep the leadership, but then you're gonna get shot to shit from all angles. So there's really no winning in that case. I mean, some of his units get broken and shattered, but that's just the melee ones. All of the ranged, they keep going. I try and like do as much basically well, maybe not damage, but nuisance with this one. Just try and jump into them so to stop them from shooting into the main fray. But it just crumbled away, and it was that was it. A lot of dead bodies around though. Oh wow, did you see that? They were aiming there and shooting that way. Magic. And the balance of power slowly starting to go against me. At that point, like with all the experience I had with the previous battle, I knew like that was no way I was gonna win this anymore. Again, I try to do the same thing. I try to take these two guys, pull them into the range, because obviously these melee ones, they're not really worth anything anymore. I don't need to deal with them. So I try and take out his lord. Maybe do, a little bit of damage. Maybe break them with leadership penalties, but it doesn't really end up doing the job, basically. Like, it does take Orion. I can't quite remember if they end up killing him or not, but the leadership penalties doesn't do as much as I would have hoped either way. Oh, so yeah, there you go. Yeah, actually they don't end up killing him because his regeneration in here is faster than the damage they can make. Like, they do a decent amount of damage, but they do it so slow that he actually regenerates in the meantime. And then he gets a spell, and now it's like they're never gonna touch him. So basically, my hope of breaking him for the leadership, and he is also they're faster. But breaking him for the leadership, that failed miserably and backfired because obviously they got shot in the meantime. Now this one's gonna go down. One more shot, and he's gone. And then these two, they just break and obviously crumble because his Tomb Kings, they're undead. They don't run away, they just die. So that's it. That's it for the series of single player Doomstack versus multiplayer. I hope it helped any of you. If you had any questions on what does or doesn't work, obviously you're welcome to try it yourselves. You might have more luck or worse, depends. let me know your thoughts in the comment section. You know, let me know if there's something that maybe a Doomstack that I missed. You know, if there is one, let me know. I'll try it out. I'll make a video on it so you can take a look. Why not, right? So anyone has any ideas, do let me know. I will read everything. Yeah, that's it for today and for the series. Indeed, I hope you enjoyed it, and like and subscribe for more, you know, Total War and other content. And I'll see you next time.